A very good evening to you traders. This is Mark. Welcome to your daily trading video. It has been a long day, so I'm going to be brief. I'm going to put this into 5 minutes. Let's go. Okay, unless you have been living in a cave or under a rock, Donald Trump has won the US presidential election. What is the big takeaway from this? The big takeaway is that anything can happen in life and in the markets without being too philosophical. But just look at Brexit. Unexpected. Look at the Conservative majority. Unexpected. Look at Donald Trump winning. No one expected him to win at all. Clinton didn't expect it. I don't even think he expected it. The markets definitely didn't expect it. And then add to that what happened to the markets. Who would have thought the Dow would be near all-time highs literally a few hours or in the same day as Donald Trump was announced the president? This is why you've got to be so on your toes as a trader. This is why I like being an intraday trader, why I like to trade what I can see. Even though I've got my own views and opinions on what can happen, you know, being able to move on a dime and change them and react to price action is just priceless. So, you know, look what happened. 5 o'clock in the morning, ES was limit down. The S&P 500 futures were limit down. In other words, they hit the circuit breaker. They were not allowed to go any lower. NASDAQ was limit down. Dow was just pounding lower. Wasn't quite limit down. Then, you know, at that point, we popped off a little bit. I thought, I've got to go and take a couple of hours sleep. So I went off to bed. And the market just rallied up. It pushed up so aggressively. It just chugged up all throughout the rest of the morning. And then by the time the US is open, we're almost, near the highs. We had a massive monster 100 and something point move in the first minute or 2 minutes. Ridiculous candles. And the rest was history. We've just plotted up and we're now just chugging, full on trend mode. Over 1,000 point move on the Dow. What is it? In fact, it's 1,200 and something. Anyway, let's not get down into the exact figures. It's a big move, biggest we've had for a long time. But importance is of this. There's a few takeaways from this. Is there were so many opportunities trading this. Now, if you didn't want to get involved in it, understand completely. It's a different type of market. But there's US dollar yen was moving, gold was moving, everything was moving. We'll look at those in a second. But the three big rules that you've got to take into account are, listen, the opportunities are there. There are loads, hundreds of opportunities. So, and it's great for us traders, but picking your spot and not getting caught out are the most important things. So staying and waiting for that prime opportunity, that's your first rule, number one. 2 is being cautious about how you're sizing it and being able to flip your bias instantly, or being able to change and just look at the price action. And the final and most important one, this is the one that will just keep you alive, is managing your risk. I took loads of trades last night and many of those were losing trades. And if you look back on them, if I hadn't just capped it off straight away, capped off the trade, got rid of it, it would have turned into just a brutal loser. So it's just getting rid of it, moving on, reassessing, looking for your next trade, and then ultimately over your collective number of trades, you're going to make money. I'm going to run through some trades in another video, go a little bit deeper, but now let's keep moving. Okay, so that was the Dow, big mover. As I say, limit down across the board apart from the YM, and then we are almost at all-time highs. Crazy stuff. US dollar yen. Similar sort of thing. It was pushing down, hitting that 101 level, and then we just popped right back off it, and we just did a big V-shaped reversal, stalled a little bit around European lunchtime, and now we're pushing straight back through highs again. Gold the same, obviously inversed on gold, pushing up to the 1340, roll back right down, a $100 move on that. US dollar Mexican, was watching that as a bit of a proxy last night. That was moving a little bit ahead of the futures and gave a little bit of a leg in, but that is still in trouble, as you may expect. Okay, let's move on. So some of the stocks that are going to benefit from a Donald Trump presidency. We've got pharmaceuticals, biotech, construction, spending a lot of money on construction, coal and mining. Stocks that stand out for me today are US Steel, which is X. That is up a good 17%, as is AKS Steel, very strong. Caterpillar, of course, useful for construction. That is pushing the chart on very significantly. The biotechs, XBI, the biotech ETF, is up strong 11%. Another big one is a correctional facility stock, up big but reversing slightly. I'm not sure whether the fundamentals are holding that one back, but it's just flagged up for me. That's up 44%. Perhaps there's a big short float. Maybe I'll do a bit more investigation on that later. So those are the big ones. So much stuff going on in the next few days, the next few weeks, the next few months. So much opportunities. But the big takeaway has got to be, it's got to be, without a doubt, whatever situation you're in, is just managing that risk. However you choose to do it, just making sure that one trade does not hurt you. Because look at that chart, print that chart off from yesterday, whichever you trade, currencies, equity indices, whatever it may be, and just look at the moves that can happen. And if you don't manage the risk and you don't cap the risk and you don't have a plan, you can get hurt. But if you do, the opportunities are there, they're plentiful. It's a great time to be a trader. I hope you did really well out of it, and if you sat back and did nothing, then great, loads of big moves coming up in the next few days. Have a good evening, guys. Get some rest. Back tomorrow. Take care.